listening to News Radio 620 WTMJ. One of the questions I've gotten for years has been, well, how do I get involved? How do I get active? What do I do about it? And it's a tough question because our political system is not always welcoming to people who want to become activists. But that's why we have organizations like American Majority out there who actually figure out ways to train people, to equip, empower, motivate people to make changes in their communities, state, nationally. And the National Executive Director of American Majority is a local guy who joins me now live on the line, Matt Batzel. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing great, Charlie. Thanks for having me on.
Good. Well, tell me about this training event in Waukesha. It is number 1,000.
Yeah, it's our 1,000th training event, and it's going to be a part celebration of all the activities we've been doing of training people. We'll have people who have gone through our training program who are now sitting in the state legislature in Wisconsin. We'll also have folks that are in local government, but we're really going to focus on equipping individuals to be able to accomplish their political goals. And by that I mean, if you want to make a difference, if you want to help a candidate win, we talk about how do you actually go about doing that? How do you talk to your friends and neighbors? How do you use social media? How do you organize other people to join your efforts to actually accomplish something? And so our training is going to focus on how do you get organized and how do you get out the vote, certainly for candidates that you're trying to support this fall. But even beyond this one election cycle, how do we have a stronger conservative movement in this state so that we can pass conservative policies, so that we can continue to make things better in this state, but even nationally as well. Yeah,
I mean, some of these statistics are impressive. You say that you have trained more than 37,000 individuals with nearly 3,500 moving on and running for state and local office themselves. So for people who want to know, how do I do this? What is activism involved? This is what you do, right?
Yeah, we train people on what it takes. And so, we're focused on how do you win, not just elections, but how do you win politically? How do you win arguments? How do you win policy discussions? How do you put pressure on legislators or Congress or even local governments to help them understand your views and hopefully pass legislation that represents your views to reform things or, better your community? So, our training covers, how do you do that? How do you get a group together? How do you individually make an impact? How do you talk effectively? So much of what we talk about is actually what the left does. It's not just about using facts and figures and losing people in those arguments, but it's talking to people's hearts and actually telling your story effectively so that other people see that, I want that same policy. This actually helps more people and helps our community if we will go in this direction rather than just doing what the unions may tell us to do or what this other special interest group may tell us to do. So our training, that we've done in Wisconsin and elsewhere focuses on how do you do those things? How do you organize? How do you make an impact? And so, we launched in 2008. American Majority nationally launched in 2008. We've had a Wisconsin chapter since 2010, and we've trained in Wisconsin alone 142 winning candidates at the state and local levels since 2010. And so, we're seeing more and more people reforming their local governments, even running for state legislature and winning at that level, and really a new farm team of conservative leaders. We're trying to develop the next generation of conservative leaders in this state and across the nation.
Yeah, this is
so
what,
if you want to be a part of that, come out to this event.
Yeah, this is what's so fascinating to me, because this is the kind of thing that the left used to absolutely dominate. They used to own grassroots organizing. Conservatives would parachute in occasionally during elections, and then they would go away. There was a real gap in the level of sophistication, and also there was once a time when the left's bench, when their farm team was just much broader. And it's been interesting to watch over the last 6 to 10 years the way that's turned around. The way the conservatives realize, if we're going to engage in this battle, in the battle for hearts and minds, we're going to have to up our game. Now, you have one of the workshops that you're doing on Saturday is saying say goodbye to clipboards. Tell me what that's about. Why we have to say goodbye to clipboards?
Yeah, well, so Ned Ryan, our founder and CEO, is going to be doing that presentation, and really it's focusing on campaigning, using campaign technology effectively. We used to go knocking on doors is still the most effective way to change voters' minds, and that traditionally had been done with clipboards. You print out a walk list, you go door to door. Many people in your audience probably have done this, and so now with campaign technology, and we saw Obama campaign use this effectively in 2012, we can use smartphones and tablets to go and use campaign technology so we're more efficient. We can reach more voters, have more meaningful conversations with voters at their doors. And so we're saying, say goodbye to clipboards. Let's not just do the things that we used in 2004 that might have worked then. We need to be able to run campaigns in 2016 that use technology effectively, that talk to voters and have more of those conversations that lead to winning.
Yeah, and of course then there's the whole role of the whole issue of utilizing social media. This was something I think that dawned on conservatives and Republicans a few years ago that I think conservatives thought that they were upping their game, and then you realize the Obama folks were in a different decade. Has that gap closed? Do you get the sense that the conservatives are now in a position to compete more, or does the left, and particularly the Clinton-Obama machines, do they still have a march on us on that stuff?
Yeah, we've definitely closed the gap quite a bit, and so I think that the left is still probably better at technology, social media generically, but certainly those on the right have caught up. We've seen more and more people. I don't know how many people we've trained, but at least hundreds, if not thousands, who were new to social media. So we helped to get them up to speed. We actually, in Wisconsin, created the hashtag #WeWrite. So several of us conservative leaders got together and did that for Twitter to be able to be better organized online there. And so we've definitely seen that we're better organized on social media than we have been. There's probably still a little bit of a gap. And social media changes so rapidly, too. So Snapchat is this large growing demographic, but, it's largely younger people and millennials, and, how reliable of a voting bloc are they remains to be seen, and how effective is it to use that on social media. But we have to be, regardless of the platform or the opportunity, we need to be having the meaningful conversations, talking to the right people, and driving people to the polls, but also winning hearts and minds. And it's not just about how folks vote on Election Day.
Right.
Do they understand these issues that we're talking about? What is conservatism? We've got a panel that's going to be fantastic on the future of the conservative movement in Wisconsin with Matt Kittle and Eric Bott from AFP. And Rick Essenberg from Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty. And so we're going to talk about where is this movement going in Wisconsin, and what you can do about it to be a part of that. So
I'm going to be interested to hear what they have to say. Now this is from 9 to 4, and it's at the Country Springs Hotel. Everybody knows where that is. Is it open to the public? I mean, if somebody is interested in going, okay, I want to get off the couch, I want to get active, are they able to come to this event?
Yeah, anyone is welcome. It's open to the public. We do encourage folks to register. You can go to AmericanMajority.org, our website, or call us at 262-241-7945 to reserve your spot, just to make sure we have room for you. There are a few seats left, so folks that are listening now can still sign up. But we encourage you to register before the event on Saturday. But you may be able to come on Saturday and still get a spot, but it's better if you register ahead of time.
I look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and congratulations on 1,000 grassroots training events. That's quite a milestone.
Thanks, Charlie. We look forward to having you.
Appreciate it. Matt Batzel, if you want more information on that, let's go on American Majority's website.